Okay. At this spot, in around half an hour, will be an estimated 15,000 people for a protest against teacher wages. The protesters will march from the headquarters of the North Carolina Association of Educators to the General Assembly building, where the House and Senate sessions will begin at noon. North Carolina spends $2,400 less per student than the national average. That sounds pretty bad, but it's nothing compared to the fact that teacher pay is $9,600 under the U.S. national average. Teachers want change. North Carolina's statute prohibits strikes by public workers, and most teachers are public workers. Many school districts have canceled classes, so technically the teachers aren't refusing to work, they're just doing activism in their free time.
I'm an activist. I'm 80 years old and I'm able to do it, so I do it. But this is more than just teachers, it's educators, cafeteria workers, janitors, anybody in the system. We need to provide more for them than just being the 38th in this nation. We study out of history books in Guilford County that we order from Indianapolis, and our kids study, Indiana history, because we don't have but half enough books. This is just not right. We have to emphasize how important education is for the future of all people.
The march should be heading down this street behind me and going straight to the General Assembly building.
I have been a member of the North Carolina Association of Educators for 31 years. So that is why I am here today to support the children and teachers of the state of North Carolina.
What do you hope to see change?
We can start with teachers. Being that I am a tenured teacher, I would hope that older teachers would get the same due process as the younger teachers. Since the past 5 years, there have been no increases in our salary. They did take away our longevity, which was an incentive bonus check that was cut for me $3,000 2 years ago. First of importance are the services that we need provided in the school buildings today for our children. Enrichment programs, summer enrichment programs, so that all children are given equal opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Check for the event so you can get counted.
I'm here, first of all, to just show support for teachers in general. I mean, even if I wasn't a teacher, I would still support this movement. But being that I am a teacher, I feel like I owe it to my colleagues, I owe it to the students. My personal experience is that I work in a school that severely needs updates. And I feel like there are so many schools in North Carolina that were built 35, 45, 50. In Greensboro, there are schools that were built 70 years ago.
I'm here because I'd like the state to know that we need more funding for our students, for our buildings, for more teachers. We're lacking in all of those areas.
We're here because we are teachers. We believe in education, but we're also here for our students. The funding that we have right now is inadequate.
I think our schools have done a really good job of keeping a lot of the problems out of the public eye. And so I think today is sort of about letting people know what needs to be addressed so that everyone can work together in order to fix it.
We want more than just rhetoric from our lawmakers. We want to see change enacted today.
We have less funding in our schools now than we ever have, and I'm spending personal money to make sure my kids have what they need to be successful as a band student. And that's something I don't feel is right, and that's why I'm here to stand up for those kids, as well as to make sure that we're unified as teachers and letting our government know what we want and what our purpose is.
Why are you here, Ayana?
To support my teachers and my mom.
Support your teachers and your mom?
I teach an EOC area. That means it's tested, it's state regulated. We're testing students to death. We're testing them over and over and over. I teach in an underprivileged Title I school where the kids already don't get so much at home. And then when I have to only teach them how to use process of elimination, context clues, and I'm not teaching them life skills or emotional intelligence.
Personally, I want to see more funding for teachers. I want to see more funding for classrooms specifically. I like art projects, things that kids need, especially in elementary school education. It's so important and vital to get sensory functions going and all these type of other things learned and to have a set foundation for the rest of their lives.
I think that there are a lot of areas that we need to invest more in, and investing in our students is investing in our future. I think some of the areas that of need are greater mental health funding. I think that's an overlooked area of student need, and I think that if we're not addressing that in schools, and if we're not giving students access to the mental health care that they need, then we're doing them a disservice and we're doing ourselves a disservice.
I'm here because I feel like this is part of a revolution. This is raising awareness of the teacher conditions, because in order to raise a better tomorrow, we really need to invest into the present. My poster says that education is an investment that gives the best interest, and I truly believe in that. I hope that this is a wake-up call for the legislators, so that when they're talking about budgets and balancing everything, that teachers and education in general does not always come in the bottom.
Remember, we vote in November. Remember, we vote in November.
If you do not stop chanting, you'll be asked to leave the building.
We want to keep you in the building, but if the cheering continues, we'll all have to exit the building.
So at the legislative meeting today, they basically observed the Divine Nine, the African American Greek sororities, spoke to heart health, high blood pressure, and then they adjourned the meeting. I was so mad. I was going to curse, but I didn't want to curse. But when they said they were going to adjourn the meeting, I was just on fire. I mean, my blood pressure went up.
What did you hope for them to say in there?
I thought they were going to pay tribute to teachers, thank what we do every day, try to at least address some of the things that they're going to do to help us support our kids.
The meeting was adjourned after a quick 40 minutes of not really addressing every single issue all the educators had. Some people were mad that they worked for such a short time. One woman was asking, I wonder how much they get paid for 40 minutes of work.
The teacher, united, will never be divided.
It's easy when you don't have children in school to say, oh, that's somebody else's problem. No, it's everyone's problem to have properly educated people.